Today we're in Kaliningrad, the most European part of Russia. And we've got, as always, one camera crew, 2 days and $100 to show you everything that locals, yes, that locals recommended that we do, see, taste, and experience in this fantastic town. And you know what? I just experienced the train. It was a pretty good experience, but that's just the beginning. Kaliningrad, formerly known as Königsberg until the end of World War II when it became part of Russia, is the heart of this enclave of land between Lithuania and Poland. Kaliningrad is actually the cheapest way to get to Europe from Moscow. Since the trains are considered domestic, it is cheaper to jump off a train in Lithuania going to Kaliningrad than to actually buy a ticket to Lithuania. Also, airplane tickets from Moscow to here are 2 times cheaper than going to nearby Warsaw, Poland. This formerly Prussian paradise that we are in still has many bits of defensive walls and gates dotted around the city, and this segment was turned into a museum. Kaliningrad was a city of fortresses until World War II sort of changed the landscape, so to say. So I thought it'd be appropriate to start our tour of the city right here at the Friedrichsburg Fortress Gates. But one thing, guys, before we go in, I know you keep messaging me, you want me to go see Kushka, Kasan, all that stuff outside the city. But guys, we just don't have the time, it's too hard. Let's just stay in the city and stay inside the fort. Let's see what's in here. Bet there's something cool. The museum was a bit small and mostly dedicated to naval things. The outside walls and gates were more interesting than the inside, but I'm good at finding fun things to do no matter where I am. Dearest mother, I am really enjoying my time in Kaliningrad. It is a wonderful city. However, I fear that the amount of mayonnaise that I have eaten over the years is finally getting to my brain. I fear my end may be near, but at least I'm having fun. Your son, Timothy. The Museum of the World Ocean is spread out all over Kaliningrad and even a little bit outside of it. But what we're going to take a look at right now is this, the Viches research vessel. So let's go research that vessel and find out what's on there. This ship was built 60 years ago in the Soviet Union to study the oceans. The boat has logged in over 800,000 miles, yes, miles worth of journeys all over the world. It was kind of neat to walk around on this huge boat and see how everything works. Oh, but the idea of being on this boat under the hot sun for months with all the waves rocking you. Where do they get people to be sailors from? As Jerry Seinfeld once put it, who are these people? Because they have to be a tough lot. Oh, and this boat museum also works as a hotel. Yeah, you can rent a room here. Legendary Hollywood film director James Cameron has visited this museum multiple times and used the Mir submarines, which are in the museum's collection, during the filming of Titanic. As a fan of all things oceanic, Cameron, while visiting Kaliningrad to promote Titanic, gave the museum one of his Oscars and a tea set used during the movie. They also had a decommissioned Soviet submarine, which was very cool. Sadly, they did not have Sean Connery on display. They said it was decommissioned because they now make submarines that go faster than the torpedoes this one was designed to shoot. I decided to stop by what the Prussians designed to be the center of town, which from Russian eyes looks like the outskirts. They basically laid out lovely little streets with lovely little houses on all of them, each unique and evenly spaced out. It is extremely quiet here. Living downtown in Kaliningrad is pretty sweet. I saw these yellow bench-looking things all over. Try to guess what the heck this thing is in the comments. They do not exist anywhere else in Russia that I have seen. Everything in Kaliningrad, except the buildings made by Khrushchev, has this lovely lived-in feel. And everything is covered in moss, which makes it look even older and even more European. There is more moss here than in the rest of the country combined. Mossy equals classy. For some reason on this gate we have all sorts of what I assume are their people's birth years and death years and their names written on it. And it's not just Russian people. I see Kazimierz, Graży, and some other foreign but not too distant names. So why is this all written here? We do not know. Maybe some of you know. Although people keep pestering me to travel outside the city, I decide to spite them and go to the building most associated with the city, the Königsberg Cathedral, where legendary German philosopher Immanuel Kant was buried. His body was moved elsewhere, but the tomb remains and was untouched by World War II, unlike the rest of the cathedral. Now, pretty much everyone says that while you're in Kaliningrad, you have to take a listen to the largest pipe organ in Russia. They have day and night concerts, and obviously you can see it's daytime here, so why not listen to a concert? Because it'll either be really amazing, or it'll at least be really loud. So let's check it out. Come on, come on. The thing is, right now you're probably listening on like a telephone or on some type of laptop or something, but the noise from the actual pipes, the bass, it's really something amazing. I think you can only experience it if you come here. I would really recommend doing this. And also, it was just the right length of time, enough to get the whole sort of feel of the music without being too long. Very nice concert. Probably the only concert I've ever been to that I actually really liked. Of course, I was a bit curious how this pipe organ works. The organist explained that the original one was completely destroyed, so this one uses 21st century technology. In the olden days, you had to physically have men pump air like a compressor. Fun career choices of the 1800s. Maestro, could you play something unusual just for us?
I'll try.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah, we're ready. No hands.
I need a little rest for my hands.
What a great first day in Kaliningrad, and you know what? I am starving, and everyone says that Madame Boucher's has the best breakfast in town. The problem is we're really late for breakfast. But anyways, they have authentic French cuisine, and that's what's important. And maybe they serve breakfast at night. Breakfast tastes better at night anyways. As the man of sophistication that I clearly am, I could say that I really enjoyed the locally caught fish under a lemon cream sauce. The surroundings were very elegant, and it kind of makes me regret always traveling alone. You know, the more I think about it, the more people keep sending me messages over and over again. I can't be lazy. I can't be cheap. We've got to get out of the city somehow at night. Wait. I think I have an idea. Just give me some time to do some research. We can do this. Maybe. Well, guys, I told you I had an idea. And my idea is this. We're going to rent a car. Yes, and so many people said you have to see Kurskaya Kosa. Well, we're going to go see it. But on our terms, on our own wheels. Because, guys, I'm not riding any bus. I hate buses. I hate them. Here we are, Kurskaya Kosa, in the middle of the night. Well, we spent our hotel budget to get here because you wanted me to do it. So, yeah, so you're looking at my hotel room on wheels. Anyways, let's find a parking space. Come on. Well, guys, here I am, alone in the forest, in the dark, in a car. How every good horror movie should begin. And since I'm suffering for your entertainment, how about you suffer just for 2 seconds for me and hit the like button, leave a nice comment, and of course, subscribe to this channel. That would be fantastic. But anyways, guys, I need to get some rest. I'm done. the vehicle, I approached the beach. This is a unique location because it is a tiny strip of land a few kilometers wide, flanked by the sea and a body of fresh water. There are actually many sand dunes here, and the beach is nearly rockless. Amazing.
It is unbelievably windy! Holy!
So here's the most famous spot on the Kurshka Kosa, the dancing forest. And why is it dancing? Because as you can see, the trees are all wound around like corkscrews. And if you look to the sky, they sort of wiggle back and forth as if they're dancing. It's a very magical, mystical environment. And I almost feel like I'm on the set of a new Lord of the Rings movie. I mean, in a way, I just want to start cosplaying and speaking with a fake British accent. Oh, Frodo, we must get the ring. Come with me, lad. Now you might be wondering, why are all the trees so wiggly squiggly out here? Well, they told me at the nearby museum exactly why, but they also told me that I shouldn't tell you, because then you won't be motivated to come visit the dancing forest. So that'll have to remain a secret till you come here. And one other thing, don't hug the trees. They have signs up, do not hug the trees. Okay, bro, I'm backing off, I'm not touching you. All right, it's cool. Guys, everyone says that Kaliningrad is very famous for its horses, and horses are very European, but they keep telling me to go to horse bases, horse farms, and horse factories. I'm not quite sure what that all means, but we'll see when we get there. Shagom. Guys, it's not so important who's the boss or whether I'm trained. It's important whether the horse is trained. The horse is really doing everything, and its owner is a lot better than I am. But it's all about the horse. That's the main thing. Shagom. Wow, this horse riding is something that I should do more often. It is scary yet thrilling. I really enjoyed it. I feel more connected to my ancestors and some minor back pain. I also learned that horses can't really feel it when their hair is pulled out, which is a good thing because I accidentally took a big clump out of Horsey's mane. You know, my father said we might have had some cavalry in the ancestry. I think he just might be right. God, I want to lance something. Lance it. After romantically riding horses by the sea, I remembered that we must bring home Great Russian present. And that present comes from the ground. Kaliningrad is known for one special material from this region of the world, and that is amber, which is dug up from right over there. And of course, it's probably the best gift that you can get anyone from this region. So let's see if we can find a nice piece of amber to take with us. At the factory store, they had amber in all shapes, sizes, and colors. And of course, some of it can get rather expensive. But for people like me on a budget, there were some options. The whiter amber is, the more rare it is. But I think the dark kind looks better. So my pick for our present this time is this lovely lady's bracelet that's not too expensive, but is very local and very correct for the region. So let's go pay for this and keep moving along. All right, well, we have our present. And now all we have to do is return the rental car. And then we can get on a train and go back home. But maybe before the train, we should chill out just a little bit. Well, at this point, I am starving. It is time to partake in some of the remaining German culinary traditions. So guys, in all the bars in Kaliningrad, why am I here? Because locals said that they make a fantastic set of craft beers, and they also make their own venison sausages. And what's more Kaliningrad, Königsberg, than sausages and beer? And a little bit of sauerkraut over there on the side. And of course we have our amber, locally produced ladies bracelet, because in the Russian tradition, you must bring home present. And well guys, please like, share, and comment. I answer all the comments on YouTube eventually, so make some comments. Oh, and subscribe. But you know what guys? Today, I drove 270 kilometers. It's beer time.